Hello, students. Today again we are going to start with another chapter, that is your chapter 12, air, water, and weather. You know that air and water is very important for us, and you know about the weather changes also. We'll discuss it in details in this lesson. We all notice that there is change in weather day to day, right? Maybe on some days it may be bright and sunny, and on other days it may be cool and cloudy. On some days it could rain a lot, and on other days it could be windy also. And all these changes occurs due to what? It occurs due to the sun. We'll see how the sun reacts and how the changes occurs on the earth. Uh, um, the earth, it is tilted at an angle 23.5 degree, and it rotates on its axis and revolves around the sun, and this tilt is known as angle of inclination, and this causes the occurrence of season. Due to this tilt we have different seasons also. We'll see about the wind, how the wind blows, how wind occurs, right? We can feel the wind and all. So we will see how this wind occurs. Heat of the sun, it is responsible for blowing the wind too. Okay. Now this happens as when the air gets warm due to the sun's heat, it rises up. Now the warm air, it is always light. Okay, but the cool air, it is heavy. So as it is light, as the warm air is light, it rises in which directions? Direction, it will rise in the upward direction. You can see in the picture out there, the in the first picture you can see in orange markings, it is given the arrow that the warm air is rising up. Okay, and when the warm air rises up, the cool air, it rushes and takes the space of the warm air. Again the air gets warm and it rises up. So as this movement of air continues, it causes the wind to blow. Okay, that's how the wind we can feel, and we can see that the wind circulates or it blows. Next we will see how rain occurs on the earth. For rain also sun is responsible. Okay, and how it happens? This happens as the water from the water bodies get evaporated, and they form the water vapor in air. Now as water vapor rises up with warm air, it cools and condenses into water droplets, and these droplets, when they get collected together, they form the clouds. But when the clouds, they become heavy, alright, large, when they become heavy, they fall down in the form of rain. Right, that's how we get the rains, right? That's how rain occurs. And in extremely cold region, the water drop, it freezes and falls as snow. That the instead of the rain form, instead of the like we feel the rains in form of water, but they get the snowfall. Okay, the fall of the snow. Next is air. What is air? It's a mixture of gases such as nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, argon, different types of gases. Okay. Now our earth is surrounded by a blanket of air that is called as atmosphere. Our earth, it is covered or surrounded with a layer of air, and this is known as atmosphere. We cannot see air, okay, because it has no color, no smell, no taste, but still we can feel the presence of air. Now we can see like airs in different forms such as wind, breeze, storm. Okay, we'll see it. Moving air, what is it? It is wind. And we can separate these winds on the basis on like gentle wind, it is breeze. Okay, like pleasant feeling we get. And fast and strong wind, this is known as storm, and this can be destructive also. Next is about the characteristics of air. We can say it even as the properties of air. Alright, first is air has weight. This we can do through an experiment. If we hang two balloons filled with air, like you can see the picture, it's tied in two ends with a string, and you can hang it and keep it in a stick. Okay, and afterwards when you see that like if you burst one of the balloons, the other one with full gas, it will be slightly lower, it will come down. All right, and the one without air, that will go upwards. Why? Because the one which has weight will come down, right? So air has weight. All right, and next is air occupies space. Similarly, you can take a balloon, and without air it will not take the shape. All right, but when you once you blow air into the balloon will expand. So through that we can prove that air occupies space. Air supports burning. All right, when you light a candle using a matchstick, okay, it will be in burning situation. But once you take a glass and cover that little candle, or the candle which is burning, if you cover with a glass, what happens? After a few seconds, the candle will get off, means it will off. All right, it will not burn anymore. Why? Because air is needed for burning. Without air it cannot burn. So air supports burning. Now air is again essential for breathing purpose also. We all need air to breathe. All right, humans and animals, we take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. And plants, what they do, they absorb carbon dioxide from air, and then they release oxygen. All right, so these are the different characteristics and properties of air. Even next, we will see the land breeze and sea breeze. Since we have seen how the wind moves or passes, okay, we will see about the land breeze and sea breeze. Okay, now we already have seen about the circulation of warm and cold air. That means when the air gets warmer, it becomes lighter and it rises in which direction? It rises in upward direction, and then the cool air comes and takes its place. Now we will see that there are two types of breezes, that is the land breeze and sea breeze. First, we will see like about the sea breeze, then we'll see land breeze. Now, the continuous movement of air from warm to cold areas or from cold to warm areas, this is known as air current. What is it known as? Air current. In coastal areas, the air currents, they give rise to these two types of breezes, that is the land breeze and sea breeze. First, we'll see the sea breeze. It occurs during the daytime. Okay, now as the land gets heated, the air above the land, it gets heated and goes in which direction? It will move in the upward direction. Then the cool air from the sea rushes to take its place. So the breeze that blows from the sea to land, that is known as what type of breeze? That is known as sea breeze. Next is the land breeze. Now this occurs at night time. Okay, sea breeze occurs during the daytime, but land breeze occurs at the night time. Land cools down faster than the water of the sea. So as the water remains warm, the air above also gets warm and rises up. Then cool air from the land blows towards the sea. So the breeze that blows from the land to the sea, that is known as land breeze. Okay, I hope this is clear to you about land breeze and sea breeze. Water. Okay, now we'll see about water. On the earth, water is found either as surface water, that is in pond, puddles, rivers, lakes, ocean, or it's found as underground water. Okay, so water is found as either surface water or underground water. Underground water can be taken out by digging wells or using hand pumps. Water is found in three states. What are the three states? That is solid, liquid, and gas. Water changes its states either on heating or by cooling. Okay, and we'll see two processes, that is about evaporation and condensation in nature. When water is heated, first we'll see about evaporation. When water is heated, it changes to water vapor, and this is known as evaporation. In water bodies, due to heat, what happens? The water evaporates and forms water vapor, and it rises up. So the quantity of water vapor present in the air, what is it known as? It is known as humidity. Okay. And condensation, will say when water vapor it cools down, it changes into liquid, and this is known as condensation. As water vapor rises in the atmosphere, it forms water droplets, and these droplets combine to form clouds. Now, depending on the temperature, water vapor it changes into different forms such as fog, dew, frost, snow, hail. Okay, we'll see one by one about the different types. Fog. It is the air near the ground or water surface. Okay, like if air is near the ground or the water surface is cold, then the water vapor condenses into water droplets and it remains in the air near the ground to form fog. Okay, fog it is like a cloud near the ground, not high in the sky. Okay, we can like you have seen it, no? Like these days, during the winter time, we can see the fog also. It's very thick. Okay, but dew. Next is the dew. It is formed when water vapor condenses into droplets on different surface on the ground. For example, on the leaves or grasses, window glass or car glasses. Okay, we can see those dew drops. All right. Next, about the frost. It is formed when dew freezes to form white crystals. The second picture from below, you can see that's the frost. Snow. It is formed when the vapor freezes due to very low temperature and falls as soft white flakes. Okay, and what are the hails? This we usually get during the rainy days when it's very cold. When raindrops it freeze and falls on the earth in the form of ice pellets, they are called hail. Okay, and they are like ice stones and cubes. Okay, so these are the different forms of water vapor which changes in the nature. Pure and clean water. We all need water for what purpose? For drinking purpose and to do other works, right? Why? To live. But water in rivers, ponds, or lakes, they are unclean and they are not fit for drinking. So we have to purify water before drinking them. All right. Now, potable water. What is potable water? Pure and clean water fit for drinking. That is known as potable water, which we use for drinking. That's pure and clean water. To purify water, there are different methods we can use, such as sedimentation, decantation, filtration, chlorination, and boiling. Okay, first is the sedimentation. What is sedimentation? If there is mud in, you can see the picture also. Like if I dissolve mud in water, what happens after some time? The mud it will settle down. Uh, if left undisturbed, right, it will settle at the bottom of the container. Okay, so this is the process of sedimentation, that is settling down of sediments. All right, the impurities they settle down, so this process is known as sedimentation. Next we have the decantation. What is decantation? This decantation it is followed after sedimentation. What we do in this process, after the sediments settle down, the water in the top part of the glass it becomes clean and it is poured gently, tilting the glass, and this process is decantation. We can take the top clear liquid into another container. This process is known as decantation. Next we have the process of filtration. For this process we can use a thin cloth of filter paper, okay, to purify water. As we pour those unclean water, what happens? The impurities will be left behind on the cloth or the filter paper, and clear clean water will pass through it. Okay, this process is filtration. Now at home, what people do, people can't be using filter papers and all, right? We for drinking, right? So what we do, we use filters which contain candles, and these candles are of clay and they have pores or holes. The water it drips through the holes very slowly, but the impurities they cannot pass through it. Some filters they are fitted on tap directly these days, okay, to get pure and clean water. After filtration and decantation, water may still contain germs which causes disease such as dysentery, typhoid, and jaundice. So to kill germs we can use other methods too, such as boiling and Chlorination. What is boiling? It is to heat water around 5 to 7 minutes, right? We see the steam coming out, the bubbles forming in the water. So that is a process of boiling. All right, this kills germs, and we can later on cool that water and drink those boiled water. Chlorination is another process in which chemicals are being added. Okay, chemicals called chlorine is added to the water, and this is done at the city water works to provide clean water in towns. Chlorine, what it does, it kills germ. Now even in hotels, hospital offices, chlorination method is used, because there we cannot be boiling the water and giving everyone. So what do they do out the in such places, in towns and cities also, chlorine is being added to the water, and it is being supplied to the home. So we have come to the end of the chapter. I hope you go through the notes well, and prepare well for your exam. Thank you.